Distani Mani Paratani Bardaya Home Major Mani Bardaya Home Major Mani Bardaya Home Major Mani Bardaya Sambara Sambara Vimana Sama Samara Sama Vimana Zakarma Sambara Vimana Samara Samara Vimana Sama Sambara Sama Vimana Zarma Jarma Samara Sama Vimana Zakarma Sambara Sama Vimana Zarma Jarma Samara Sama Vimana Zakarma Sambara Sama Vimana Zarma Jarma Samara Sama Vimana Zakarma Sambara Sama Vimana Zarma Jarma Samara Sama Vimana Zakarma Sambara Sama Vimana Zarma Jarma Samara Sama Vimana Zakarma I take refuge in the three earths sublime ones, may become Buddha the benefit transmigratory beings. I take refuge in the three earths sublime ones, may become Buddha the benefit transmigratory beings. Take refuge in the three earths sublime ones, may become Buddha the benefit transmigratory beings. I arise as the deity, on my tongue the syllable ah transforms into a moon. On top of it appears a white syllable om, encircled by the white Sanskrit vowels, sending clockwise, red Sanskrit consonants sending counterclockwise, and the blue heart mantra dependent relation sending clockwise. Light beams radiate from the syllable om and the mantra garlands, looking back the blessings and power of both the mundane and supermundane speech in the form of the three mantras. Seven sublime precious objects of the king's reign and the auspicious sign. Om a a I I uri la la ha ma zoha. Om a a I I uri la 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 ma zoha. Om a ha I I uri la la ma zoha. Ga 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 na da 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 na da 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 na na da ba 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 ma ye ba la ma zoha. Ga 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 na da 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 na da 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 na ba 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 ma ye ba la ba zoha. Ga 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 na da 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 na da 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 na da 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 na ba 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 ma ye ba la ba zoha. Om yeda mahedra brahma bahedra desarga dvagada deshna inurada ifamadi mashamanana zoha. Om yeda mahedra brahma bahedra desarga dvagada deshna inurada ifamadi mashamanana zoha. Om yeda mahedra brahma bahedra desarga dvagada deshna inurada ifamadi mashamanana zoha. The heart mantra of dependent relation absorbs into the consonants, consonants into the vowels, vowels into the syllable om, and the om into the manquishan. That transforms into a syllable ah. The ah melts into pink nectar and absorbs into my tongue, which becomes the nature of a vajram. May my tongue have all the courage of the one kind of bliss. The power of my glorious words may also to me be subdued. May the meanings of whatever word I say be consistently. Nama 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 hida dada gada ga gagadam devilagadan gada rana nambupari tare ni tare malagada tare vore soha. Nama 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 hida dada ga gagadam devilagadan gada rana nambupari tare ni tare malagada tare vore soha. Nama 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 hida dada ga gagadam devilagadan gada rana nambupari tare ni tare malagada tare vore soha. Om ye ampriye de zavada gada hida gabe zolodo gada gabe sanghaya jogi jadaya bapum zavada gada samadaya shika gada visarane soha. Om ye de zavada gada hida gabe zolodo gada gabe sanghaya jogi jadaya bapum zavada gada samadaya shika gada visarane soha. Om ye de zavada gada hida gabe zolodo gada gabe sanghaya jogi jadaya bapum zavada gada Nandavishnikana Vivinashantanai Soha. Deshan Sabata Zingyapala Chaksalom. Tayad Om Dada Dada Danande Padadita Om Dada. Lamagyan, lamagyan, lamagyan. Yang gun yang ma ning ne zo wa dem zoom. De je ba do ngan do na me du do nung he. Nam ge gun ge rang zu la me nam ba ne. The way is old and old on yang amanrenum. Nange gange bame galden yam dadalam. Manolum zanzen dozan yang amanrenum. Manoning bolendo zangyang amanenu. Boji wedi rangi dadobamne. Jijadumeng anzo zangyang amanenu. Zende bonzo gundan dan dan bodrele. Je bodro weng anzo zangyang amareno. Je ronya we menara de malumne. Zula me beng anzo zangyang amareno. Yalje yedane zo ze gom juring me beng. Durngel anzon yanzo zangyang amarenu. Mondun rugyune yendo mido gelgen. Dendra randon yanzo zangyang amarenu. Nyamdang yenzon ino de na lung lan ye wei. Yelegyo begam shenzam yang amadrenum. Gana legin yawaji jendra wei jugdo. Nijin laglen devzo zam yang amadrenum. Dame zebe zongan dunyal gengi dungong. Dile da we da zam yang amadrenum. Jeron zizon du gaganam tamagin. Jin na weng andu zang yang lamadrenum. Nijilam zuzun daran yilam nyon yam yom. Dumeng yulagi wala me jingilam si. Shujang idun zambe da bezen zanir. Amzum de jiro la zumbajin gilam ji. Dugun rani diburu welang zamgurgi. Rinchen dan juzen jodan bajin gilam ji. Lamjen gelse jube batar drube ning to. Yewa Getso Desoru Bajin Gilozi Dunan Dunanda Jidroji Dujawe Da drill the way on the Bajin Gilozi Jiyinge Baru Guzonandu Giwen Nyung Nä and then the bomb will be in your man, Neludang ilamarin warngilomi Nirubazibene jendugulandu Nanlameza dodidoringilomi Nanadandimbudu nigodamejumem Majimbu yizan bande wajin gilo Unauthorized heresy for even a second in the right action of the glorious Guru. Yes, he would have actions done is pure with this devotion, and he has the Guru's blessings in my heart. Magnificent impressions of Guru, please abide in the lotus seat of my heart. Guide me with a great kindness, grant me the realizations of the holy body, speech, and mind. Om Bhame Bhavai Zoham. 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 Zavada Gada Gaya Bhagita Vadarbanyamena. Zavada Gada Vada 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 Namgaromi. Offering myself totally at all times to all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas residing in the 10 directions. To the reaching the essence of enlightenment, I request the Buddhas and great Bodhisattvas to accept me, to give me the end to past attainment. I go for refuge in the enlightenment, the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. My collections of generosity and so forth, and I come up Buddha to benefit all migrating beings. I go for refuge in the enlightenment, the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. My collections of generosity and so forth, and I come up Buddha to benefit all migrating beings. I go for refuge in the enlightenment, the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. My collections of generosity and so forth, and I come up Buddha to benefit all migrating beings. I want to live with I liberate a desire to live and liberate migrating beings. I always go for refuge, the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. To the heart of enlightenment is achieved. With perseverance, act includes the compassion, loving kindness, and the presence of the Buddha, beneficent beings, and the thought of enlightenment. Not desiring to liberate migrating beings, I always go for refuge, the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. To the heart of enlightenment is achieved. Perseverance, act includes the compassion, loving kindness, and the presence of Buddhas, beneficent beings, and thought of enlightenment. Without desiring to liberate migrating beings, I always go for refuge to the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, till the heart of enlightenment is achieved. With perseverance, acting with the compassion, loving kindness, and the presence of the Buddhas, the benefit of sentient beings that are in the thought of enlightenment. I go for everything the enlightenment of the Buddha, Dharma, and Supreme Assembly. I shall generate bodhicitta for the sake of achieving the welfare of myself and others. My Buddhas and Bodhisattvas residing in the 10 directions, please listen. For the sake of achieving complete enlightenment, from now on I shall generate bodhicitta. I go for everything the enlightenment of the Buddha, Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. I shall generate bodhicitta for the sake of achieving the welfare of myself and others. O Buddhas and Bodhisattvas residing in the 10 directions, please listen. For the sake of achieving complete enlightenment, from now on I shall generate bodhicitta. Go for every enlightenment of the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. I shall generate bodhicitta for the sake of achieving the welfare of myself and others. O Buddhas and Bodhisattvas residing in the 10 directions, please listen. For the sake of achieving complete enlightenment, from now on I shall generate bodhicitta. Everywhere may the ground be pure, with the roughness of pebbles and so forth. In the nature of sapphire and as smooth as upon one's hand. The human and divine offerings actually arranged and mentally created. Clouds of finest abundant butter offerings fill the entire space. Om Namo Bhagavate Vadrasanam Bhavata Dadakatayārisam Exam Budaya. Sayadam Vade Vade Ma Vade Ma Dede Vade Ma Mide Vade Ma Vade Dede Vade Mahabari Manam Madhusaka Manam Vade Zavakama Havan Vade Zavananai Soha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vadrasanam Bhavata Dadakatayārisam Exam Budaya. Sayadam Vade Vade Ma Vade Ma Dede Vade Ma Mide Vade Ma Vade Dede Vade Mahabari Manam Madhusaka Manam Vade Zavakama Havan Vade Zavananai Soha. Oh no, Bhagavate Padadara Bhavadadadadadadadadayārisam Exam Budaya. Sayadaham Vade Vade Ma Vade Ma Dede Vade Ma Vide Vade Ma Vade Dede Vade Vade Manamasuka Mana Vade Zavakama Bhavane Zadanane Soha. With the power of the truth of three rare sublime ones, blessings about the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, great wealth of the completed two collections of sphere phenomena being pure and inconceivable. May these piles of clouds of offerings arising through the transformation by the Bodhisattvas, Arya Samanabhadra, Mandishri, and so forth, unimaginable and inexhaustible, equal in the sky, arising on the minds of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of 10 directions be received. Om Namo Manjushri Namasu Shri Nama Uttama Shri Soha. Om Namo Manjushri Namasu Shri Nama Uttama Shri Soha. Om Namo Manjushri Namasu Shri Nama Uttama Shri Soha. The founder Bhagavan Hadadagara, the good Buddhist Buddha, the words conquer Shakyamuni Buddha, I prostrate. And the founder Bhagavan Hadadagara, the good Buddhist Buddha, glorious conquer Shakyamuni Buddha, I prostrate. The founder Bhagavan Hadadagara, the good Buddhist Buddha, the words conquer Shakyamuni Buddha, I prostrate. Reverently I prostrate with my body, speech, and mind. I present clouds at every step of offering act unimagined. I declare all my negative actions act and compounds on the beginningless time. My adoration the virtue of all warriors and ordinary beings. Please remain at the end of cyclic existence. Turn the wheel of Dharma for my getting being, that I get man of those virtues to great enlightenment. Jingambu Hom Danda Bumea Hom Danda Gizaji Hom Danda Rigi Hom Jira Vigo Yugi Gorway Ozo Riga Buri Ram Dalu Babu Lord Zambuli Nubalan Jujan Draminia Vidalu Bangaya Dangaya Jen Yadandalan Jojo Armenian Danda Armenian Gida Rimbaje Rewa Bazangi Jing Dojo Yeba Mamo Bayi Lodo Olo Rimbaje Nobu Rimbaje Zimba Rimbaje Lumba Rimbaje Lombo Rimbaje Raju Rimbaje Mabu Rimbaje Dejengo Yebomba Yamadu Mama Lumagama Nidama Dubama Namzuma Diduma Nima Dawa Rinpoche Dubbe Number Gewegya Zen Uzularami Belge Pumzum Zobama Nebazanji Nido Amadida Denjen Zawarang Yubajebe and Lama Damba Namdang Geba Duyam Pakjuk Duji Jimbo Lazo Kodan Sepa Nama Buwagyo Duji Joen Andu Shizu Sojene Nanan Jok Sojo Mangirdan Gitaran Yambe Namjela Dukse Wajimbo Goni Jingila Duzo Zajibugi Jogi Meridom Amri Nide Gyan Badi Langino Nide Buargi Yogunanda Jila Subayoda Mazum Yewen Yudranyan Barzum Buddha Lord Judge Samba Meba Boogie Legend Dozum Ramzadruvan Jingilo Belen Lame Woodzedamam Nanganyam Yola Degijowadam Dayan Malum Sozaji jane yoru zange toba jingi lo virangur anamandala game dayame. You must achieve the precious state of perfect complete Buddhahood, sake of all mother sentient beings equal to space. Therefore, all should take the Mahayana, restoring and purifying ordination, and practice it well until sunrise tomorrow. The 10 billion aeons equal the numbering of sand grains in the Pacific Ocean. If one offers umbrellas, flags, garlands, and light offerings, they're fruit of drink with a calm mind. If one offers service to 100 billion times 10 million Buddhas, the Holy Dharma has become extremely rare, and the teachings of the One Bound of Bliss have stopped. The merit of somebody who is enjoying living in one vow for one day or night is particularly more exalted than having made all his offerings. All Buddhas and Bodhisattvas dwelling in the 10 directions, please pay attention to me. This is the previous Tathagata heart. Look at the Buddhas, look at the divine wise source and get elephant that have to be done. Formed actions laid on the burdens that will get here and there and welfare, exhausted the fetish to existence. That is perfect speech, well about the mind, well the welfare of all sentient beings, without the benefit. The liberate and eliminate famine and eliminate war, and taught the harm the four elements. To eliminate sickness and ability to different practices, the many of enlightenment. To actualize the unspecified result of perfect complete enlightenment. Perfectly perform the storing and purifying on the nation. Similarly, also my own God in the God from this time and this night tomorrow. Will serve all sinning beings so that the benefit of the liberate, and the eliminate famine and eliminate war and the source of harm, the four elements. And eliminate sickness and the complete the seven practices and manage of enlightenment. And the actually as in the vast result of perfect complete enlightenment. To perfectly undertake stirring and purifying ordination. All Buddhas and Bodhisattvas dwelling in the 10 directions, please pay attention to me. This is the Previta heart, Buddha like the divine wise horse and the get up in the to be done, performed actions, lay down the burdens that they contain their own welfare, to be exhausted the fetters to existence, that in perfect speech, well liberated mind, well liberated wisdom, welfare of all sinning beings, and then the benefit and liberate, and eliminate famine, and eliminate war, and stop the harm, the four elements, and then eliminate sickness, and complete the seven practices, memories of enlightenment. And that it actually ends the rest of the thought of the complete enlightenment, perfectly perform the storing and purifying on a nation. Similarly, also my own gods in the God Choe from this time, so as tomorrow, who have for all sinning beings and all the benefit and all the moderate, and that also innate pain and then eliminate war and the source of harm in the four elements, and then eliminate sickness and with the complete different practices and use of enlightenment, and that actually answers with also perfect complete enlightenment, to perfectly undertake the storing and purifying on a nation. All Buddhas and Bodhisattvas dwelling in the 10 directions, please pay attention to me. This is the brave Buddhas that I got a heart with the good Buddha Buddhas who, like the divine wise source, need our love and that to be done, formed actions laid on the burden. Subsequently in their own welfare, complete justice, the fetters to existence, and by first speech, well and burden mind, the word of wisdom. Welfare of all sinning beings and the benefit and the liberate, and eliminate famine and eliminate war and stop the harm and four elements. and to eliminate sickness and really complete the seven practices of minus with enlightenment, and to the Vedaxians and ministers also perfectly complete enlightenment, perfectly perform the storing and purifying on the nation. Similarly, also my home gods in the God Choe, this times and earth tomorrow for the welfare of all sentient beings, and that the benefit and the liberate, and eliminate famine and eliminate war and stop the harm of the four elements, and eliminate sickness and complete the seven practices of minus with enlightenment. This actually is in the result of perfect complete enlightenment, shall perfectly undertake the storing and purifying ordination. From now on, I shall not kill, steal his possessions. I shall not engage in sexual activity. I shall not speak false words. Because many mistakes arise from intoxicants, I shall avoid intoxicants. I shall not handle large or expensive beds. I shall not eat food at the wrong times. I shall not use perfumes, garlands, or ornaments. I shall avoid singing, dancing, and playing music. This is the arhats of the word of the wrong actions of the lives of others. So shall avoid dwelling actions, sex, and lives of others. Which we attain enlightenment when the world is experiencing the various sufferings. Release me, ocean of cyclic existence. Om Namo Gajila Zambara Bara Bara Mahashura Sadva Baba Vivujid Uda Dara Dara Zamanda Gide Om Bezua Om Namo Gajila Zambara Bara Bara Mahashura Sadva Baba Vivujid da 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 zamanda halagide umbezuha Namo gajila zambara bara bara majuda zanamba vivujida da 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 zamanda halagide umbezuha. Da 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 zamanda halagide umbezuha. May I maintain flawless morality of the Dharma rules and immaculate morality. Neglect leaves election of moral conduct by keeping morality purely intended by pride. May the precious mind of Supreme Bodhicitta that honors and rise and grow, that is under not diminish but increase more and more. Because of the merits of creating the ordinations, even the precepts, and also to being the two of the two enlightened holy bodies created by the two vast accumulations of merit and transcendental wisdom. May all beings everywhere plagued by sufferings of body and mind obtain an ocean of happiness and joy by virtue of my merits. May no losing yourself suffer from the devil or fall ill. No one be afraid of little, the mind be down with depression. The blind sees forms that have fear sounds. Those whose bodies are worn with toil be restored in finding repose. And the naked find clothing, and the hungry find food. And the thirsty find water and delicious drinks. The poor find wealth, the sick find joy. The forlorn find hope, confidence, happiness, and prosperity. And there be timely rains and bountiful harvest. And may be effective and awesome prayers bear fruit. May all who are sick and ill be freed from their ailments. Whatever diseases there are in the world, may they never occur again. The certain cease to be afraid, and is found to be freed. The powerless find power and seek benefiting each other. As long as space remains, so long as any beings remain, feel the may to remain to dispel the miseries of the world. In space like Dharma 100,000 clouds gathered with water of compassion free from by, granting a reign of cities to benefit all beings, to skillful Padma, Pani I make request, to the Giloma Brahma, who's gone to supreme freedom, Chandra Kumara, master of the five hearts, to Arya Yeshazam, strong effort, faith, and patience, to these three friends, beings I make request, to Penya of Nepal, supreme among scholars, the Wagyan, emanation of Chenrezi, to Nipuk Chogidra, who's mastered realizations, to these great Bodhi, Sattvas I make request. Incarnate Dorje Gyalpu, Bodhisattva with relics, O great and humble, scholar Jangten Draji, compassionate Jangtu Pel, who spreads moralities, illuminators of the path I request. Dewajen who attain countless concentrations to John Jubai, who sees the gods in Yidam. Yeshebum who possesses a treasury of virtues, to you who fulfill wishes I make request. To Maison who obtain power of Bodhicitta, terrible mind, Treya's manifestation, to Zultrum who protects migrators with compassion, to you work for others I make request. To you, yon Tenringen, holy leader of being, one George who has mastered Buddha's teaching, to capture Bell who guides countless embodied beings, to you living the doctrine I make request. To whence above the hero who mastered all the hardships, to Sangye Yeshe, who fulfills all our hopes. Losange again who sees all the objects of knowledge, to these three holy saviors I make request. To Damsig Dorje with all supreme realizations, Lausanne Yeshe, Lord over all the family. To the new K-Drup J, who clarifies the whole path to these lamps of the doctrine I make request. To Ngawang choked in with the wisdom of the five not Kelsan Gyatso, the seven Dalai Lama, teaching the doctrine of this good henceforth Savior, you clarifying Lama, I make request. Manifestation of compassion and sharp wisdom, unified in all pervading pure nature, appearing as an ocean of deities and mandalas to aspects of raising I make request. Padma Pani, while you are enjoying the potala, you constantly protect us like your own child. As we drink the essence of the Maya's pure nectar, bless us with our 3 doors to only please you. Please grant to us your blessings, to renounce all samsars, to not desire joys of personal peace, to generate a supreme mind wishing to liberate all mothers vast, is space from all their suffering. Please bless us to not grasp at ordinary appearance by holding divine pride with clear appearance of the six deities, suchness, mantra, sound letters, perfect bodies, with marks, mudra, and sign. Please bless us to achieve all supreme realization by four-branched red path, visions, concentration, and actualize samadhi with a yoga of love, absorbs into fire and into sound. Please bless us to destroy both obscurations fully, having gained merit and the concentration, which like space is freed from focus on true existence, which grants the immaculate liberation. Please bless us to attain the radiating body of wisdom clearly, seeing all existence, to act spontaneously, to ripen and liberate each of the 5 classes of transmigrators. I instantaneously arise as the holy body of the great compassionate one. Om Mandarito Be Om Sabhavajito Savadam Sabhavajito Om. The offering substances become just empty. From within emptiness, from broom syllables, vast and extensive precious vessels arise. Within each the syllable Om melts into light. which arise, drinking water, water for the feet, flowers, incense, lamps, perfume, food, and music. Empty nature, they have the aspect of the individual types of offerings, and function to bestow special uncontaminated bliss. Om Agama, Padima, Om Bujbea, Om Tubea, Om Alagea, Om Gyandea, Om Nevadea, Om Shabda. I go for refuge to illuminate light into the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. My collections of generosity and so forth may become a Buddha to benefit my getting beings. I go for refuge to illuminate light into the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. A collection of generosity and so forth may become a Buddha to benefit all trans-migrating beings. I go for refuge to illuminate light into the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. Collections of generosity and so forth may become a Buddha to benefit all migrating beings. Thought desiring to liberate migrating beings, I always go for refuge of the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. The essence of enlightenment is achieved. Perseverance acting with wisdom, compassion, and loving kindness for the presence of the Buddhas, benefit of sentient beings that generate the thought of enlightenment. With the thought desiring to liberate migrating beings, I always go for refuge with the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, till the heart of enlightenment is achieved. Perseverance acting with the wisdom, compassion, and loving kindness for the presence of the Buddhas, the benefit of sentient beings that generate the thought of enlightenment. Without desiring to liberate migrating beings, I always go for refuge to the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, till the heart of enlightenment is achieved. Perseverance acting with wisdom, compassion, loving kindness, and presence of the Buddhas, benefit of sentient beings that ordain the thought of enlightenment. Rays of light emanate from the white ray that rests in the moon disk at the heart of oneself. Visualize as the great compassionate one. Invoking from the natural abode, Guru Arya, great compassionate one. I have in the aspect of 11 faces. Surrounded by the root and lineage Guru, the assembly of deities of the great compassionate one. And an assembly of meditational deities, Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Dakas, and Dakinis, Dharma protectors and guardians, all abiding in the space before me, a wide-stemmed thousand-petaled lotus. Embodying all Buddhas and holders of the Vajra, earth of the three sublime ones, to all Gurus I prostrate. One never tires of seeing a Vajra body's beauty. Its qualities beyond thought, to Gurus' forms I prostrate. Melodious Brahma-like speech roars like the mighty lion. Terrifies non-believers, to Guru's speech I prostrate. Wisdom of bliss and voidness, like spaces free of concepts. Dwelling in triple freedom, to Guru's minds I prostrate. Sugata's Dharmakaya, he seals 6 realms beings. 11th head pervades all, Amitaya, Amitabha I prostrate. Who helps according to need, with eyes of 1,000 Buddhas. With arms of 1,000 monarchs, to Chenrezig I prostrate. Dakini Lakshman Kara, Marianda Vajonim. Yeshe Sun Buddha Gelsen, of lineage I prostrate. Chenrezig's great compassion, Manjushi's mindful knowing. Tsongkhapa Jula's sages, Lozang Drokpa I prostrate. Guarding with great compassion, oceans of boundless merit. Founders who are all knowing, Tathagatas I prostrate. The path of sublime meaning, which frees us from our passions, frees us from suffering realms, to Dharma's peace I prostrate. Abiding in 3 trainings, showing the path of freedom, endowed with the realization, sublime Sangha I prostrate. Born into the Shakya clan, destroyer of all evils, formed like a golden mountain, to Shakya's king I prostrate. A refuge for the guileless, who prevent untimely death. And chief of the guides of this world, Amitayas I prostrate. Bhagavan with great compassion, you cleanse every force and sickness. Purify bad migrations, Lapis Buddha I prostrate. You with ethereal appearance, adorned with lamp of wisdom, endowed with the small darkness of 3 worlds, to Manjushri I prostrate. Much praised by all the Buddhas, vast merits you collected. Given the name Chenrezig, always to you I prostrate. Sengedra Hanijinur Pamagawa Dunyoshak. Into you, hala hala, hopchen zig, I prostrate. Again, don't you want to, Dean Moran, hurry, hurry. Arias of 10 directions, hopchen zig, I prostrate. Tari freeze from samsara to Tari from here. Tari freeze from all disease, Mother Tara, I prostrate. Iskar is Mahabala, as mantra king, your virtues. Taming all the unsubdued, Vajrapani, I prostrate. Equaling all the atoms of earth, my body's prostrate. With confidence unshaking, to all those worthy of praise. Homage to the youthful Ari Manjushri. You lions among humans of past, present, and future. In all corners of this world, with all my three doors I bow. By power of the Spirit, seeing Buddhas directly, I bow to them with bodies as many as all atoms. On each atom are Buddhas as many as all atoms. Like this I have conviction that everywhere are Buddhas, acclaiming all these Buddhas within those oceans of praise. Ocean-like melodious sounds I sing Sugata's praises. The best of all the flowers, garlands, symbols, and ointments, and with parasols and incense I offer to the conquered. Supreme fragrances, garments of melt marrow and medicines. Exquisite things well displayed I offer to the conquerors. With strong faith and good actions I also prostrate to all conquerors, and offer them these offerings extensive and unsurpassed. Offering goddesses arise from the created one's heart and make offerings. Maya Lugijara Zabariva Agam Pradijas Maria Lugijara Zabariva Agyam Pradijas Maria Lugijara Zabariva Uzbe Bradijazo Maria Lugizvara Zabari Wava Dube Bradijazo Maria Lugizvara Zabari Wava Aloge Bradijazo Maria Lugizvara Zabari Wava Gende Bradija Zuha Maria Lugishvara Sabariwara Nivedye Bradija Zuha Maria Lugishvara Sabariwara Jabda Garida Zajivugiru Gramrirali Niregen Langendo Mayday Muardi Yogunanda Yubayu Idambura Mandala Gandaria Dayami whatever evil I have done with my body, speech, and mind, over under the control of attachment, hatred, and confusion, ignorance, I confess them all individually. Om Namo Nanju Shri Hari Nama Su Shri Hari Namo Tama Shri Hari Voha Om Namo Nanju Shri Hari Nama Su Shri Hari Namo Tama Shri Hari Voha Om Namo Nanju Shri Hari Namaste Shri Nama Dhamma Shri the founder Bhagavan Tharasagarat Phalakadvishpura Blues Conquer Shakyamuni, but I prostrate. I attend the Gajati at all times, take refuge in the Guru, take refuge in the Buddha, take refuge in the Dharma, take refuge in the Sangha. I attend the Gajati at all times, take refuge in the Guru, I take refuge in the Buddha, take refuge in the Dharma, I take refuge in the Sangha. I attend the Gajati at all times, take refuge in the Guru, take refuge in the Buddha, take refuge in the Dharma, take refuge in the Sangha. The founder Bhagavan Buddha, Buddhist conquer Shakyamuni Buddha, I prostrate. Taragara thoroughly strong in the body essence, I prostrate. Taragara radiant jewel, I prostrate. Taragara king of the Nagas, I prostrate. Taragara army pures, I prostrate. Taragara lighted hero, I prostrate. Taragara radiant jewel fire, I prostrate. Taragara jewel moonlight, I prostrate. Taragara meaningful to see, I prostrate. Taragara jewel moon, I prostrate. Taragara stainless one, I prostrate. Taragara bestowed with courage, I prostrate. Taragara pure one, I prostrate. Taragara bestowed with purity, I prostrate. Taragara water god, I prostrate. Taragara deity of the water god, I prostrate. Taragara glorious goodness, I prostrate. Taragara glorious sandalwood, I prostrate. Taragara infinite splendor, I prostrate. Taragara glorious light, I prostrate. Taragara starless glory, I prostrate. Taragara sun and moon craving, I prostrate. Taragara glorious flower, I prostrate. Taragara pure light is clean, and known by play, I prostrate. Taragara lotus light is clean, and known by play, I prostrate. Taragara glorious wealth, I prostrate. Taragara glorious mindfulness, I prostrate. Taragara glorious name while I round, I prostrate. Taragara king hold the victory, been for Miss Power, I prostrate. Taragara glorious one tailors doing I prostrate. Taragara victorious in battle, I prostrate. Taragara glorious strength and of doing I prostrate. Taragara glorious manifestations illuminating all, I prostrate. Taragara also doing Jewel Lotus, I prostrate. Taragara heart, perfect Vedakara. King Lord the mountains come and sit on Jewel Lotus, I prostrate. The founder Bhagavan Hadakara, so look at Buddhist Buddha, glorious conquer Shakti Buddha, I prostrate. Taragara the strong the vibrations, I prostrate. Taragara radiant jewel, I prostrate. Taragara king Lord of the Nagas, I prostrate. Taragara army of heroes, I prostrate. Taragara delighted hero, I prostrate. Taragara radiant jewel, I prostrate. Taragara jewel moonlight. Radiant jewel fire, I prostrate. Taragara jewel moonlight, I prostrate. Taragara meaningful to see, I prostrate. Taragara glorious moon, I prostrate. Taragara famous one, I prostrate. Taragara bliss of the courage, I prostrate. Taragara pure one, I prostrate. Taragara pure sword of purity, I prostrate. Taragara water god, I prostrate. Taragara deity of the water god, I prostrate. Taragara glorious goodness, I prostrate. Taragara glorious sandalwood, I prostrate. Taragara infinite splendor, I prostrate. Taragara glorious light, I prostrate. Taragara sorrowless glory, I prostrate. Taragara sudden giving, I prostrate. Taragara glorious flower, I prostrate. Taragara clear light, I known by play, I prostrate. Taragara lotus light, I known by play, I prostrate. Taragara glorious wealth, I prostrate. Taragara glorious mindfulness, I prostrate. Taragara glorious flame, one I down, I prostrate. Taragara king of the victor, banner, promise power, I prostrate. Taragara glorious doing, I prostrate. I got utterly victorious in battle, I prostrate. I got a glorious strength and subduing, I prostrate. Tadagara glorious manifestations, illuminating all I prostrate, Tadagara subduing Jewel Lotus I prostrate, Tadagara harp, Buddha, King Lord of the Mountains, firmly seated on Jewel Lotus I prostrate. The founder Bhagavan had a Nagara Buddhist Buddha, glorious Cobra Shakamini Buddha I prostrate. Third destroying the Vajra essence I prostrate. The radiant jewel I prostrate. The king lord of the Nagas I prostrate. The army of heroes I prostrate. The blooded hero I prostrate. The jewel fire I prostrate. The jewel moonlight I prostrate. The meaningful sea I prostrate. The jewel moon I prostrate. The stainless one I prostrate. The sword of courage I prostrate. The pure one I prostrate. The sword of beauty I prostrate. The water god I prostrate. The deity of the water god I prostrate. Glorious goodness I prostrate, that I got a glorious sin, what I prostrate. That I got infinite splendor I prostrate, that I got a glorious light I prostrate, that I got a glorious harvest glory I prostrate, that I got son of uncreeping I prostrate, that I got a glorious flower I prostrate, that I got a pure light scroll, and I'm going to play a prostrate, that I got a lotus light scroll, and I'm going to play a prostrate, that I got a glorious wealth I prostrate, that I got a glorious mindfulness I prostrate. The glorious name Wali renowned I prostrate. The king of the victory, but for most power I prostrate. The glorious strength and system do glorious one of doing I prostrate. That I got the victorious in battle I prostrate. The glorious strength and system doing I prostrate. That I got a glorious manifestations. Illuminating all I prostrate. That I got also doing joy let us I prostrate. That I got a harp of the good Veda, but king lord of the mountains from my city land should let us I prostrate. The Bhagavan had harp of the good Buddha around glorious king of business signs I prostrate. The Bhagavan had a good British Buddha, King of Buddha sound relating to skill, King good of the Jews, but about to prostrate. The Bhagavan had a good Buddha, Sailor Six and Gold, the Bling Jewel, conscious of conduct to prostrate. Bhagavan had a good Buddhist Buddha, who is supreme and free from sorrow, I prostrate. Bhagavan had a good Buddha. I have let his social of playing by my prostrate. The Bhagavan had with the Buddhist Buddha, clearly known the place, supreme wisdom and ocean of Dharma prostrate. Pokemon had a second look into British medicine deity King of Sapphire Light I prostrate. You 35 Buddhas, 7 medicine Buddhas, and others, as many Tathagata harp Buddhas as there are existing, sustaining, and residing. In all the world systems and 10 directions, all you Buddha Bhagavans, please pay attention to me. This life and all states of rebirth in which I have circled in samsara throughout beginningless lives. Whatever negative actions I have created, may those created in the creation of. Whatever positions of stupid position of the sangha, positions of the sangha of the 10 directions that I've appropriated, it is appropriated in the appropriation of. To him on the 5 actions of media retribution I have done, caused to be done, or reversed in the doing of. Jeff of the 10 on virtuous paths of action I have engaged in, colors to engage in, reverse engaging of. Whatever I have done being obscured by these karmas and causing me to be born of the hell's enemy in the hell realm, the animal realm. The Preta realm leader disconscious of the barbarian knows long life of God. The move of the faculties, holding wrong views, not being pleased with Buddha's ascent. In the presence of the Buddha Bhagavans with transcendental wisdom, who are eyes, who are witnesses, who are valid, who see with omniscient consciousness, I admit and confess to his negativities. I do not conceal them nor hide them, and from now on in the future I'll abstain and refrain from repeating them again. O Buddha, and Buddhas, please pay attention to me. This life and all this is the free birth in which I have circled in samsara throughout beginning of life. Whatever roots of virtue are created by generosity, even giving this one mouthful of food to being born in the animal realm. Whatever roots of virtue are created by following morality. Whatever roots of virtue are created by following pure conduct. Whatever roots of virtue are created by fully ripening sentient beings. Whatever roots of virtue are created by generating Vajita. Whatever roots of virtue are created by my unsurpassed and the wisdom. All these assembled and gathered combined together, I fully dedicated to the unsurpassed, the unexcelled, that higher than the high, that superior to the superior. As I completely dedicated to the highest perfect complete enlightenment. So the previous Buddha Bhagavans are fully dedicated. The future Buddha Bhagavans will fully dedicate. So the presently abiding Buddha Bhagavans are fully dedicating like that and will dedicate fully. I confess all negativities individually, rejoice in all merits. I urge and request all the Buddhas may achieve the highest supreme, all the spiritual and the wisdom. Conquerors the best of humans, those living the present time, those living the past, and likewise comes. For all those who have qualities vast, it's an infinite ocean with hands folded, I approach for refuge. I rejoice in all positive potential of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas in 10 directions. Solitary realize your spiritual training in those beyond and of all transmigratory beings. You who are the bright lights of worlds in 10 directions obtain in Buddha's omniscience the stages of awakening. All you who are my guides, please in the supreme wheel of Dharma. Palms together, and this is a request you may actualize Nirvana. Please stay with us for eons, then with us out into the world, the happiness and well-being of all wanderers in samsara. Whatever slight virtue I have accumulated by prostrating, offering, confessing, rejoicing, urging, and requesting, I take it all to full enlightenment. Mama Gajila Zambara Bara Bara Mahajuda Zana Baba Vibushida Zadara Dara Zamanda Gide Humbe Zoha Mama Gajila Zambara Bara Bara Mahajuda Zana Baba Vibushida Zadara Dara Zamanda Avalugide Umbe Zoham Wamamogajila Zambara Bara Bara Mahajura Zana Baba Bigujida Buddha Dara Samanda Avalugide Umbe Zoham. Zamanda Avalugide Umbe Zoham. May maintain flawless morality, the Dhamma rules, and immaculate morality. May all the complete the complexion of moral conduct, keeping morality purely untainted by pride. May all set beings of happiness and the causes of happiness. May all set beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all set beings never be separate from the happiness of those no suffering. May all set beings abide in equanimity, fear of attachment, and hatred for those that are close and distant. May all set beings of happiness and the causes of happiness. May all set beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all set beings ever be separated from the happiness of those no suffering. May all set beings abide in equanimity, free of attachment, and hatred for those that are close and distant. May all set beings of happiness and the causes of happiness. May all set beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all set beings ever be separated from the happiness of those no suffering. May all set beings abide in equanimity, attachment, and hatred for those that are close and distant. The deities of the field of collecting merit return to their own abodes. Om Zobava Judo Zavadama Zobava Judo Om. Natures of myself, the deity to be meditated upon, and all phenomena are evanescence of one tasted emptiness. From the sphere of emptiness, the aspect of the tone of the mantra Mani Padme Hum resounds, pervading the realms of space. My mind, in the aspect of the undifferentiable suchness of myself and the deity, becomes a moon mandala, upon which the very aspect of the tone of the mantra resounding in space is set down, having the form of written syllables like very pure mercury adhering to grains of gold. That completely transforms into a thousand-petaled lotus as brilliant as refined gold, marked at the center with the mantra Mani Padme Hum. From the tips of multicolored light rays emitted from the moon, lotus, and mantra, innumerable holy bodies of the Arya Avalokitesvara spread out, pervading all the realms of space. Great clouds of miraculously emanated offerings are beautifully offered to the Buddhas and their children. Yet another great emanated cloud of continuous rain of nectar descends, extinguishing the fires of suffering of all the migrators of the hells and other realms. They are satisfied with bliss and become Avalokiteshvara. When the light rays along with the bodies of the deity return and enter into one's own mind in the aspect of the moon, mandala, lotus, and mantra garland. These transform into a multicolored lotus and moon seat, upon which oneself arises as Arya Avalokitesvara, the white-colored body in the prime of youth and radiating rays of light. Of the 11 faces, the root face is white, the right green, and the left red. Above that, the central face is green, the right red, and the left white. Above that, the central face is red, the right white, and the left green. They also have long, narrow eyes and smiling expressions. Above these is a wrathful black face with barred fangs and wrathful wrinkles, a third eye, and orange hair standing upright. On the crown is a peaceful red face with a crown protrusion, having a chaste aspect, devoid of ornaments and with its own neck. The first two hands are folded at the heart and hold a jewel. Second right hand holds a rosary. Third illuminates the hunger and thirst of the hungry ghosts, ascending vanishing with nectar from the mudra of getting sublime realization. The fourth holds a wheel. The second left hand holds a golden lotus with a stem. Third holds a water vessel, and the fourth holds a bow and arrow. The remaining 992 hands, as soft as lotus petals, are in the mudra of gaining sublime realizations. In the palm of every hand is an eye, hands that extend above the crown protrusion or below the knees. An antelope skin covers the left breast, and there is a lower garment of fine cloth. I am endowed with the golden belt and the jewels, and beautified with locks of orange hair. I have a jeweled crown, earrings, necklace, armlets, bracelets, and anklets, or garments of various colored silks and radiant rays of white light. The crown of the central head is a white Om, the throat a red Ah, and the heart a blue Hum. Upon a moon mandala at the heart is a white Hri, with a long vowel and supplicant aspiration. Om Bamud Bawai Zoham, Bamud Bawai Zoham, Bamud Bawai Zoham, Bamud Bawai Zoham, Bamud Bawai Zoham. Light rays radiate from the Hri at the heart, invoking from the natural abode Arya Avalokitesvara, surrounded by the entire assembly of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Amaya Lokeshvara Sa Parivara Parasamaya Zaza Rahum Bam Ho. They become non-dual with oneself, the commitment being. Again, light rays radiate from the Hri at one's heart, invoking the empowering deities, the five Buddha families with Amitabha as the principal, together with their retinues. Om Panchagula Zabari Vargam Pradija Zuham Panchagula Zabari Varabayam Bradijazuha. Panchagula Zabari Varabujbe Bradijazuha. Panchagula Zabari Varadube Bradijazuha. Panchagula Zabari Varaluge Bradijazuha. Panchagula Zabari Varagende Bradijazuha. Panchagula Zabari Nevedye Bradijazuha. Panchagula Zabari Varajabda Dijazuha. All that I get is peace with the environment to plan. Requested thus the goddess dressed in white and others who are mated from the goddess' hearts. Hold the lap boxes filled with nectar and say, just as at the very time of birth the Abhidosha ablution of the Buddha, so do I with pure divine water for ablution of the holy body. Om Zawadadagada Habishikata Mayajuya. They bestow the empowerment. Thereby the entire body is filled and all defilements are purified. From a transformation the excess water remaining in the crown, the head becomes the Dharmitaba on the crown, who is in the very nature of Guru. Blue Akshobhya on the forehead, yellow Ratna Sambhava behind the right ear, white Vairocana at the back, and Kudamogasiddhi behind the left ear. On a moon cushion at one side is the exalted wisdom being Arya Balakitishvara, with a white-colored holy body, one face and two hands. The right is in the mudra bestowing sublime realizations, the left holds the lotus at his heart. The moon cushion at his heart is marked with a concentration being a white syllable Hri, a long vowel and subsequent aspiration. Om Pe Nanda Great Hum Pe Om Sabha Jira Davadama Sabha Jira Om. The offering substances become just empty. From within emptiness, from broom of syllables, vast and extensive precious vessels arise. And each syllable all melts into light from which arise drinking water, water for the feet, flowers, incense, lamps, perfume, food, and music. Empty in nature, they have the aspect of individual types of offerings, function to bestow a special uncontaminated bliss. Amagama Bhadyama Ujvaya Dubaya Alagya Gyandaya Evriyam Shadam. Maya Dugijvara Zabahi Vara Gambadi Jazuha. Maya Dugijvara Zabahi Vara Bayam Badi Jazuha. Maya Dugijvara Zabahi Vara Bishbe Bradi Jazuha. Maya Lugishvara Sabari Varadube Pradija Zuha. Maya Lugishvara Sabari Varaluge Pradija Zuha. Maya Lugishvara Sabari Varagende Pradija Zuha. Maya Lugishvara Sabari Varani Vedye Pradija Zuha. Maya Lugishvara Sabari Varani Yada Pradija Zuha. Highly venerated by all the Buddhas, you accumulated all holy qualities. And for the name of Electrishvara, I worship thee, O merciful one. Om Guru Zavada Gada Gaya Bhagji Devada Pranamina Zavada Gada Pada 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 Nam Karumi. Masamari Shizo, Masamari Shizo, Masamari Shizo, Masamari Shizo, Masamari Shizo. On a moon disk at one side is the concentration being the syllable Hari, surrounded by garlands of the mantras to be recited, white in color and standing clockwise. Light rays radiate from them, filling all the inside of one's body, purifying all negativities and obscurations. Light rays radiate outwards from an incalculable assembly of deities with great compassion and wonder emitted, purifying the negativities and obscurations of all sentient beings, and setting them in the state of the Arya level of Ishvara. Then collect back and dissolve into the heat of one's heart. Namo Radhadraya Namarya Dhyam Saiga Vrahvarajam Bhuvarajaya Tadagata Arhade Samyak Sambhur Namazarva Tadagadevyā Devyam Samyak Sambhurevyā Namarya Bodhijita Vraya Bhuri Sadvaya Mahasadvaya Mahagarunika Ayada Om Dharanara Diri Durudum Idivade Zale Zale Radhane Brahma Kuzume Kuzuma Ware Vinile de Balama Banaye Suha. Dar dar dear dear. With an emptiness, a white broom radiating 5-colored light rays reaching the tree at my heart, comes to rest at the side of the mandala. It transforms into a multicolored lotus in which the multicolored cross of Vajra. Upon its central hub is the inestimable mansion, composed of a variety of jewels. It is square with 4 doors and 4 archways. In the middle of that is an 8-petaled lotus, at the center of which is the precious throne, upon which are the variegated lotus and moon. On each of the petals in the 4 cardinal directions is the moon's seat. Upon the central cushion is a white syllable Hari, which becomes a white 8-petaled lotus as brilliant as refined gold, marked by the syllable Hari. Light rays radiate from it, making offerings to the Arya beings, and enacting the welfare of all sentient beings. They collect back, and from the transformation arises the Arya of the Likatishvara, with a white-colored body in the prime of youth and radiating rays of light. Of the 11 faces, the root face is white, the right green, and the left red. Above that, the central face is green, the right red, and the left white. Above that, the central face is red, the right white, and the left green. They all have long, narrow eyes and smiling expressions. Above these is the wrathful black face with bared fangs and wrathful wrinkles, a third eye and orange hair standing upright. On its crown is a peaceful red face with a crown protrusion, having a chaste aspect, devoid of ornament and with its own neck. The first 2 hands are folded at the heart under the jewels. The second right hand holds a rosary. Third eliminates the hunger and thirst of the hungry ghost, ascending down a stream of fragrant nectar from the mudra of granting sublime realization. The fourth holds a wheel. Second left hand holds a golden lotus with a stem. Third holds a water vessel, and the fourth holds a bow and arrow. The remaining 992 hands, as soft as lotus petals, are in the mudra of granting sublime realizations. In the palm of every hand is an eye. The hands do not extend above the crown protrusion nor below the knees. An antelope skin covers the left breast, and there is a lower garment of fine cloth. He is adorned with the golden belt adorned with jewels, and is beautified with locks of orange hair. He has a jeweled crown, earrings, necklace, ornaments, bracelets, and anklets. Wears garments of various colored silks and radiates rays of white light. In the east, from whom blow Akshavya, right hand pressing the earth, left in equipoise. In the south, from Drum, Yalorana Zambaba, right hand giving the sublime, left in equipoise. In the west, from Om, white Vairocana with the mudra of supreme enlightenment. In the north, from Og and Moksiti, right hand giving refuge, left in the mudra of equipoise. They are all beautified with precious ornaments and garments of various silks, and seated with the legs in the Vajra posture. Upon a lotus and moon disk at the heart of the principal deity is the white Hari, from which light rays radiate, invoking from the Potala in the southern direction Arya Avalokiteshvara, surrounded by the entire assembly of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the 10 directions. Maluzanjan Kungi Gungyurji Dure Punjinize Jomze Lahu Munamalu Yanda Gyurze Jamden Kojini Umaya Lokishvara Zabari Varabara Samaya Zaza Zahum Bamho. They become non-dual with the commitment beings. The crowns of all the deities are marked by a white Om, the throats by a red Ah, and the hearts by a blue Hum. Again, light rays radiate from the Hri at the central deity's heart, invoking the empowering deities of 5 Buddha families with Amitabha as their principal, together with their retinues. Om Panchagula Zabari Varahagam Bradijazuha. Om Panchagula Zabari Varavadyam Bradijazuha. Om Panchagula Zabari Varahagam Bradijazuha. Om Panchagula Zabari Vara Ube Bradijazuha. Om Panchagula Zabari Vara Ruge Bradijazuha. Om Panchagula Zabari Vara Kende Bradijazuha. Om Panchagula Sabari Warum Neverye Bradijazuha. Om Panchagula Sabari Warum Shabda Bradijazuha. All Tathagatas, please bestow the empowerment upon him. Requested thus the goddess dressed in white and the others who emitted from the Tathagata's hearts. Hold up vases filled with nectar and say, just as at the very time of birth the David offered ablution to the Buddha, so do I with pure divine water offer ablution to the holy body. Om Sarvadadagada Abhishekara Samaya Shriya. They bestow the empowerment. Thereby the entire body is filled and all defilements are purified. From a transformation, the excess water remaining in the crown. The head becomes adorned with Amitabha on the crown, Akshobhi on the forehead, loudness and Bhava behind the right ear, Bhadarachana at the back, and Amogasiddhi behind the left ear. Om Manda Gridum Om Subhavajidu Savadama Subhavajidu Hom. The offering substance has become just empty. From within emptiness, from syllables, vast and extensive precious vessels arise. Within each, the syllable Om melts into light, from which arise drinking water, water for the feet, flowers, incense, lamps, perfume, food, and music. Empty nature, they have the aspect of the individual types of offering, function to bestow a special uncontaminated bliss. Umagama Om Padyama Bhujbayam Dubeyam Om Alagyam Om Gandayam Nevidyam Saka Om Rubam Shabda Gandayam Raza Om Barza Umarya Lugishvara Sabahivara Aragam Pradijazu Umaya Lugishvara Sabahivara Bhadyam Pradijazu Umaya Lugishvara Sabahivara Pradijazu Zabari Wa Aluge Bradija Zuha Umaya Lugi Zara Zabari Wa Gende Bradija Zuha Umaya Lugi Zara Zabari Wa Nividye Bradija Zuha Umaya Lugi Zara Zabari Wa Yada Bradija Zuha Maria Lugishvara Zabari Rupa Pradita Zuha Maria Lugishvara Zabari Shabda Pradita Zuha Maria Lugishvara Zabari Gyande Pradita Zuha Maria Lugishvara Sabari Rasa Badija Zuha Maria Lugishvara Sabari Rasa Badija Zuha Bhadavajdeam Zoha Bhada Alamgara Bhajaniam Zoha Bhadakalasha Yingambu Vajo Nendadumea Mondenzegi Saji Om Nenzaregi Ahom Tijai Goyugi Gorwe Husu Rigya Bari Ram Shalu Babu Lo Zambule Nubalan Jodan Raminian Vidalubhagaya Dungaya Jan Yadandalanjojo Raminyan Dandraminyan Gita Rinpoche Riwa Balangijin Dojo Yeva Mama Vayilodo Polo Rinpoche Nobu Rinpoche Lumba Rinpoche Lamba Rinpoche Lambo Rinpoche Dajo Rinpoche Mabu Rinpoche Dejambo Yebomba Yema Jungwa Malu Magama Medama Dubama Nungzuma Driduma Vila Dawa Rinpoche Du Chole Number Gyawe Gyalzen Usularami Raja Bumsum Sobama Zawame Bazani Nidoam Ida Jinjin Zawaram Yuba Jebe Belden Lamadam Banam Tam Adiyam Patro Tuje Jembo Lazo Koran Jeba Nama Jingam Buwargyo Tuje Droed Under Jesus Ojene Danda Kodroa Mange Getaran Yambe Zenjen Tamjela Sewa Jembo Goni Jingila Tuzo Najibugi Jogi Leidom Gamri Raling Nide Gyan Bhadi Nagidum Nide Buwa Gurunandariya Shubhayuragi Jada Monsoon Gayuan Yuganyan Barzon Buddha on Georgian Abumeba Mugileinen Uzuran Zadruwa Shingilo Bilden Lamen Uzedelma Daganyam Yola Beyidowada Tajimalu Sazadidane Yurduzanye Toba Shingila Vidam Guru Nanandavagamayatayami 1,000 arms are 1,000 wheel-turning kings, 1,000 eyes the excellent being, 1,000 Buddhas. I prostrate and offer praise to the venerable love like a devotee ensures that everything is subdued, thus to be subdued. Although the Dharmic eyes inseparable like space, you form bodies or separate leaders and like the right rainbows. Prostrate and offer praise to 5 families gone to bliss who have attained mastery of method and wisdom. Streams of nectar descend from the fingers of both the self and front generations, filling the vows of the nectar of exalted wisdom. Namo Radnadraya Namaya Dhyana Zaigavarajam Urarajaya Tadagadayam Ahade Samyasambudayam Namazarvatadagadevyahadevyam Samya Sambudevya Namarya Saraya Bodhisattvaya Mahasattvaya Mahakarnika Dayada Om Daradabram Diri Diri Dur Idevade Tsale Tsale Pratsale Pratsale Kuzume Kuzumaware Ilimile Devalamabana Yeswaha. I'm going to turn. Exalted wisdom beings of the self-generation absorbed into the front generation. Upon a lotus of Mudistic is my heart, and my crown is the Bhikshuni Lakshmi, dressed as a renunciate. With folded hands she intercedes with the merit field on my behalf. Wounded and Gundala Jagzalo, Judan Lama, Ziba Zungira Bulai Zovarudan Zamberuba, Zube Giljarube Duba Zibamba, Jiden Zungigan Jalajagzalum, Deja Kure Gozan Zinpabum, Dejenavada Ye Yugen Zinbabu, Jagye Jojin Yida Jugum Zerwabu, Jagyon Zegiba Menam Bargin Babu, Drijam Relbem, Terroir Marzer Yubabo, Jurege Boda Wata Borze Pabo, Jengi Baba Judu Zanging Yambabo, Kawaram Danam Kardring Eden Babo, Dream Job. Mudig Zambo de Babo, de Beo Zegering Marburgen Babo, Padme to Darjani Awade Babo, Dengi Dringi Do Dan Dinjing Jambabo, Rinchen Mongbo, Kumbani Nigen Babu, Lume Chokta Chatil Zongxing Jambabu, Vira Babenu Mayu Bhagababu, Yanjadu Bongek Jing Yanang Jangwabu, Trimameba, Padme Jalane Pabo, Te Wing Oni padme dapta jambab. Ziggy Gerard Julo Nabudri Pab. Tazordri Bebre Jam Jam Dab Zimbab. Tübegenjo Tochen Barujin Pabo Tunye Sunam Bunye Waza Pabo Dadu de Way to Megane Zawabo Sundar de Jinga Juju Badam Babo Good and Jordan, the bone to leg a wobble, Ziggy Gadu Jai Jabi a wobble, the Bene Baji and Baze Pabble, the Bedro Darla Jendig Darjig Bubble. Yondan Dajin Maniwab Umitsudan Chuitsalejawab Gajida Duturan Nigupai Chenreziki Wampo Yila Zinjijin Do be Jodin Daching the water chena Dini ke pambu in yang room Kewadi on maung Kewadan chedu Jikten lede kupakundru gyo. My prostrate to the protector of the world, you are the guru of the world, praised by the three realms, the one who has spread the chief of the gods of Mars and Brahma. Praising you, supreme king of sages, fulfills the wishes of being, they prostrate to the supreme protector of the three realms. Hold the benevolent holy body, king of bodies in one's good voice, the crown holds the one God of best, the light. The supremely generous right hand dispels the hunger, thirst, the hungry ghost, the left hand is perfectly held in the golden lotus. You, you, you have a flashing red little girl and a fragrant top hair, her face is beautiful like the full moon. Your lotus-like eyes are exquisite, encompassing your fragrant body is like snow or conch. Your clusters of flawless glittering pearls, your adorned beautiful light like clear dawn. Your arms are hinging upon the lotus, you used to love the cause of autumn clouds. You dwell, your two shoulders are under many jewels, your palms smoothing with the best of leaves, your left breast is carefully bending to lip skin. You are allowing your rings with this ornaments. Dual in the supreme stillness, lotus is the abdomen is smooth as a lotus petal. You are a sublime glowing about two jewels, you are skirted fixed with the cloth around the hips. You have the one supreme wisdom gone beyond the Ganesh, and you've collected the multitude of the merit to acquire the supreme state, the source of constant bliss, and dispel every aging and disease, so triple liberated and dispel the holy deeds, those enduring space. Supreme embodied being, victor and battle with Mars forces, you Peter alone the sun of golden eclipse. Your eyes slipping some self-interest, the floorboards of Brahma, you move the swan's gate like a proud elephant. You feel like a completed the accumulation lacked of the doctrine when they face in the ocean, the open ocean of water. Whenever a man and woman arises the dawn, the sparkly brings up a look at his heart and mind, clearly recites the supreme praise, all limited super mundane needs will be fulfilled in this life and all future lives. O my prostrate to the protector of the world, you are the guru of the world, the praise for the three realms, the one who is shaped with praise the chief holy gods of Mars and Brahma. Praising you, supreme king and sages, who holy wishes to beings, I prostrate to the supreme protector of the three realms. Hold of a noble holy body, containing the bodies of the one God bliss, the crown holds the one God bliss with infinite light. From the generous right hand dispels the hunger and thirst of the hungry ghost, your left hand is perfectly on the golden lotus. When the flesh meat will go with the top pair, pieces beautiful to form, and your lotus like arts is with encompassing. The piece is beautiful, your fragrant body is pure like snow or conch. You wear clusters of flawless glittering pearls, you are adorned with your beautiful light as a glitter dawn. Your arms are arranged upon lotuses, you youthful hilda god of autumn clouds. Your face, your two shoulders are adorned with many jewels, your palms are smooth as young at the best of leaves.
Your left breast is covered by the top skin. You are lowering your space with ornaments. To on a supreme status lotus, you can see your abdomen is as smooth as a lotus petal. Your face, where a supreme, with the palm gold above the jewels. Your face, you wear a skirt of the clip cuff from the hips. You have the one supreme wisdom on the other edition. You've collected the multitude of merit of the supreme state. Source of constant bliss and the spell of aging and disease, a triple liberated spell holy to those enduring space. Supreme embodied being victor in battle with Mars forces who feed her alone with family golden anklets. You face your acting some self-interest, the four blood from the swans get like a proud elephant. But her main moment is the dawn, the spectral brings up look at his heart of mine and purely view such a supreme praise. All the minutes of one day needs will be fulfilled in tonight and all future lives. O my prostrate to the protector of the world, you the good of the world, praised for the three realms. One is praised by the chief of the gods, Mars and Brahma. Everything is supreme king of sages to fulfill the wishes of beings that prostrate to the supreme protector of the three realms. Hold the benevolent holy body, created the body, bid that one's gonna bless the crown, hold the one gonna bless it in infinite light. It's a really generous right hand that spells the hunger and thirst, the hungry ghost, she left hand is perfect on the golden lotus. One of the flashing ideal bird in the friggin' top pair, faces beautiful, like the full moon, you let the sick eyes are split and encompassing, your face pure body, a fragrant body feel like snow or conch. You wear clusters of flawless glittering pearls, you adorn the beautiful light with the bit of dawn. Your arms are arranged in compounded lotuses, you need to have the caught of autumn clouds. Your two shoulders adorned with many jewels, your palms are split the sing of the best of leaves, the left breast is covered by antelope skin. You are allowing your eyes break with ornaments, you would allow the supreme stainless lotus. Surface of your abdomen is as smooth as a lotus petal, you have spangled the bed of the red jewels. Palms are smooth as the best of leaves, your left breast is covered by leaves. My best light skin, you have its rare learning bracelets, earrings, bracelet ornaments. When also him say nice lotus with an animate and smooth lotus petal, you have the spangled the bed of the red jewels, your shoulders, were a skirt of his good cuff on the hips, you have the air blown supreme blessing on be the good and collected from multitude of merit. To acquire the supreme state, the consequence of bliss and spell evading disease, a triple liberator and the spell of holy day to those enjoying space. Supreme embodied being, victor in battle with Mara's forces, he feeder alone on side of the necklace, who is slipping some self-interest before but the Brahma, who the swans get a proud elephant, he fully completed the accumulation, look after the doctrine. When a fish in the ocean, milk, an ocean of water, when a mineral rises the dawn, strictly brings the ability to spur to mind. Purely and clearly recites the supreme praise, all the men and the super mundane needs will be fulfilled in this life and all future lives. O my prostrate to the protector of the world, you the good of the world, praise for the few realms, one who is praised for the chief of holy gods, Mars and Brahma. Praising you, supreme king of sages, fulfill the wishes of beings, I prostrate to the supreme protector of the three realms. Hold the venerable holy body, claim to the body of the one God bless, the crown holds the one God bless of infinite life. Your supreme generous right hand spells the hunger and thirst, the hungry ghost, your left hand is perfectly torn in the golden lotus. One of flashing you garland, the fragrant top of your face is beautiful, the full moon, you lotus like eyes are exquisite and encompassing. Your face is beautiful like the full moon, your lotus, freaking bodies feel like snow or conch. You wear clusters of flawless glittering pearls. Your arms are in. You're doing beautiful like the red of dawn. Your arms are in upon a lotus of yours and have the color of autumn clouds. Your two shoulders should have many jewels. Your palms are smooth as young as the best of leaves. Your left breast is covered by an antelope skin. You are allowing earrings, bracelets, and ornaments. You are alone in the supreme thinness of lotus. If it's your abdomen, it's as smooth as a lotus petal. You have spline golden bed and the jewels. Your palms are, you wear a skirt of the perfect cloth on hips. You the everyone supreme wisdom, God, me, and a good ocean. Collected the multitude of merit to acquire the supreme state, the surface of consequence of the spell of aging and disease, the triple liberated the spell of hoodie to those enduring space. Supreme embodied being, victor in battle with Mara's forces, you Peter learning the sound of Galenik. You are slipping from self-interest, the four above the Brahma, you move the swans again like a proud elephant. You fully completed the accumulation of that of the doctrine, one first in the ocean, the open ocean of water. Whatever mineral mother as is the dawn, spoke it brings every liquid heart of mine. Feeling clearly recites the supreme praise, all the millions of mundane needs will be fulfilled this life and all future lives. O my prostrate to the protector of the world, you the good of the world, praise for the three realms, the one who is praised with the chief of world gods, Mars and Brahma. Praising you, supreme king of sages, fulfills the wishes of beings, you the prostrate to the protector of the three realms. Older with the holy body, gain the body, then one of God bless you, crown hold the one of God bless with infinite light. Extremely generous right hand dispels the hunger thirst, the hungry ghost, left hand is perfectly one of God and lotus. When a prayer flashing at you, look over the fragrant top hair, faces beautiful like the full moon, you let us like eyes are exquisite and encompassing. Face is beautiful like the fragrant body is pure like snow or conch. You wear clusters of flawless glittering pearls, you adorn beautiful light like the red of dawn. Arms are arranging upon the lotus as you still have the color of autumn clouds. Your two shoulders are adorned many jewels, your palms are smooth as the best of leaves. Your left breast is covered by an antelope skin, you wear alluring earrings by hits and ornaments. Your two shoulders are adorned many jewels, your palms are no. You dwell the supreme status lotus, you press your abdomen is the mother's lotus petal, you have supplying the better than jewels, your where skirts of physical health on the hips, you be able one supreme wisdom, gone beyond the ocean, you've collected with multitude of merit to grab the supreme state. The source of constant bliss, the spell of aid, it is he, the chip liberated, the spell of it's those enduring space. Supreme embodied being victor in the battle with Mars forces you, Peter, alone, the son of the eclipse. You isolate beings from self-interest, the four birds of harmony of moves and swans again like a proud elephant. You fully completed the accumulation of after the dark to one replacing the ocean and milk and ocean of water. Whatever minimum in our as the dawn respectfully brings every liquid for our mind and purely clearly recite the supreme praise. All of my needs for mundane needs will be fulfilled in this life and all future lives. All I prostrate to the protector of the world, you are the good of the world, praise of the three realms. One who is chief, praise the chief holy gods, Mars and Brahma, praising you, supreme king and sages, fulfill the wishes of beings. I prostrate to the supreme protector of the three realms, holding the humble holy body, taking the body, the infinite one, the god of bliss. Your crown holds the one god of bliss of infinite light. Your given generous right hand dispels the hunger and thirst of the hungry ghost. Your left hand is perfectly head on to the golden lotus. You are one of the flashing head, you are the one of the fragrant top pair. Your face is beautiful like the full moon. Your lotus-like eyes are exquisite and encompassing. Your fragrant body is pure like snow or conch. You wear clusters of flawless glittering pearls. Your arms are glittering pearls. You have adorned with beautiful light as a red dawn. Your arms are hanged upon a lotus of youth and of the color of autumn clouds. Two shoulders are adorned with many jewels. Your palms are smooth as under the best of leaves. Your left breast is covered by antelope skin. You wear alluring earrings, bracelets, and ornaments. You dwell in the supreme stainless lotus leaf as your abdomen is smooth as a lotus petal. You have the sublime gold bed of jewels. Your true shoulder, your physical, the other supreme wisdom gone beyond the ocean. You've collected a multitude of merit to grab the supreme state, the source of constant bliss, and the spell of aging and disease, the chip liberated, and the spell of holy deeds, those enjoying space. Supreme embodied being, victor in battle with Mars forces. You feed our alone with the sound of the naked. To isolate beings from self-interest, the four birds of Brahma, you move with the swan's gait like a proud elephant. You have fully completed the accumulation of the doctrine, one place in the ocean, milk and ocean of water. Whatever man woman arises the dawn, strictly brings every liquid for to mind and purely and clearly recites the supreme praise. All the mundane and supermundane needs will be fulfilled in this life and all future lives. Home I prostrate to the protector of the world, you the guru of the world, the praise for the three realms. One who is praised by the chief of holy gods, Mars and Brahma. Praising you, supreme king of sages, of health, of wishes, the beings, I prostrate to the supreme protector of the three realms. All of the noble holy body, taking the bodies, and one the God and the blessed, you crown holds one God blessed in infinite light. Gives to him the generous right hand, spells the hunger, thirst to the hungry ghost, left hand spells the Peter on the golden lotus. You have a fragrant, a blushing with a golden, a fragrant happy hair, faces beautiful full moon. The Buddha's like eyes, exquisite and encompassing, you have fragrant bodies, feel like snow or conch. You wear clusters of flawless glittering pearls, you are adorned with beautiful light rays, the red of dawn, your arms are hanged upon of lotuses, you even have the color of autumn clouds. Your two shoulders are adorned with many jewels, your two shoulders, palms are smooth as young with the best of leaves. Your left breast is covered by antelope skin, you wear alluring earrings, bracelets, and ornaments. Your two shoulders are, you dwell in the supreme status lotus, the surface of your abdomen is this lotus petal, you have its spangled belt and nodules. Your skirt is with the cloth and hips, you have one supreme wisdom, gone beyond the Ganesh, collected with the multitude of merit. To acquire the supreme state, the source of constant bliss, the spiller of aging and disease, the triple liberator, dispel holy dates those enjoying space, supreme embodied being victor in battle with Mars forces, who Peter learn when sound rule and eclipse. Noise living from self-interest, the four about the realm, with a swarm getting a proud elephant. Fully completed the accumulation after the doctor one fish in the ocean, milk and ocean of water. Whatever minerals is a drawn, the spiritually brings ever looks far to mind. And clearly recites the supreme praise. All their mundane and super mundane needs will be fulfilled in this life and all future lives.
O Arya, compassionate eyed one, who is the treasure of compassion, I request you, please listen to me. Please guide myself, mothers and fathers, in all six realms to be freed quickly from the great ocean of samsara. I request that the vast and profound fearless awakening mind may grow with the tear of your great compassion. Please cleanse all karmas and illusions. Lead with your hand of compassion, me and my graders to the bliss. Please, Amidava, engine raising, in all my life be virgin with friends. Joel the undeserved of your bath, and quickly place us in Buddha's day. The bathhouse has an extremely sweet fragrance, a crystal floor and beautiful sparkling jeweled pillars. The roof is covered by a canopy decorated with shining pearls. Just as the gods offered a bath at the time of the Buddha's birth, so too do I offer a bath with pure water of the gods. Offering an ablution to the protector of a lotus flower, the lamp of my gators, the stream of fragrant nectar. May all the stains and two obscurations of my gators be cleansed, and may the good fortune to wear the same as three bodies. Zara Tatakata, Lokismata Bari, offering an ablution to the Guru's Nidam, lamp of my gators, the stream of fragrant nectar. May all the stains and two obscurations of my gators be cleansed, may they be your good fortune to acquire the same as three bodies. Sarva Tatakata, Arya Lokismata Bari, offering an ablution to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, the lamp of my gators, the stream of fragrant nectar. May all the stains and two obscurations of my gators be cleansed, and may they be the good fortune to acquire the same as three bodies. In the boots of the hears and solitary realizes the lamp of my gators, the stream of fragrant nectar. May all the stains and two obscurations of my gators be cleansed, and may they be their good fortune to acquire the same as three bodies. Zava Dada Gada, Lukis Vada Zava, bring the bush, Darkest and Dakinis, the lamp of my gators, the stream of fragrant nectar. All the stains and two obscurations of my gators be cleansed, and may they be their good fortune to acquire the same as three bodies. Zava Dada Gada, Lukis Vada Zava, Perfect in the bush and the Dharma protector, the lamp of my gators, the stream of fragrant nectar. The stains that do obscurations of my gators be cleansed, and may they be the good fortune to acquire the same as three bodies. Zava Dada Gada, Lukis Vada Zava, to the Tagaras and their sons with many jeweled vases exquisitely filled with pleasing perfume, accompanied by a variety of songs and music art with his bow. Om Zavada Dagadar Lokishvara Zapari Vara Vishikatasamaya Shriyahu. I dry your holy bodies with incarnable clean, fragrantly scented cloth. Om Dram Riya. Savada Dagadar Lokishvara Zapari Vara Vishikatasamaya Soha. Know that a purify my mind and offer next with a precious garment, multicolored like Indra's variegated bow, which when touched becomes the cause of bliss. May I be endowed with the holy garment of patience. Bhadavadashdayam Soha. Because the various ones are adorned with the glacial ornaments of the marks and signs, and seek to be adorned by the ornaments. See if I offer needs the same precious ornaments, and all said beings achieve the holy body done with the marks and signs. Bhadavadashdayam Soha. Offering the suspicious vows of the of the jewels, and Theodore the various essences, may all the saints of Coromandel be purified, be indeed most of Bodhicitta, Bodhakalasha. Out of your loving compassion for myself and my graders, O Bhagavan, please remain through the forces of your miraculous power and manifestations, as long as we continue to make offerings. Due to the virtuous actions of mine, may I quickly become a Buddha in this world, and give them my teachings so that to benefit my graders, and I quickly free sentient beings who are tormented by many sufferings. In all my rebirths, may I belong to a good family, be clear in mind and free of pride. Have great compassion, respect my gurus, and abide in the pledges of Avalokiteshvara. O Avalokiteshvara, whatever your body, your right lifespan, and so forth, whatever your human excellent name, and others become only like that. With the force of the praises and requests made to you, may all those evil spirits, poverty, and quarrels be calmed. Drama and good fortune increase in the regions neither and others dwell. Precious free mind of Bodhicitta, that it should arise and grow, as the Nana but it would increase more and more. Om Padma Sattva Samaya Manabalaya Vedasatva Devi Dama Bhava Zurukana Bhava Supakana Bhava Bhava Naktima Bhava Zarjani Bhava Dharma Dhame Tirumirukanam Ha 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 Bhagavan Zavada Takara Armanamada Bhama Svata Bhava Om Padma Sattva Samaya Manabalaya Vedasatva Devi Dama Bhava Zurukana Bhava Supakana Bhava Naktima Bhava Nidhi Mata Dharma Dhame Tirumirukanam Ha 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 Bhagavan Om greatly compassionate Bhagavan, please pay attention to me. If we are beginners and under the influence of charge and excitement, our concentration has not been clear, our much has been incorrect. We made additions in the midst and the ritual and spare spleen and so on. Rest your gratefully compassionate are you to forgive us, as now these are to obscure us. Om Mani Padme Hum Om Mani Padme Hum Om Mani Padme Hum Om Mani Padme Om Mani Padme Hum Om Mani Padme Hum Mani Padme Hum Om Mani Padme Om 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 Mani Padme Om Om Mani Padme Om Mani Padme Om Om Mani Padme Om Mani Padme Om Mani Padme. The principal, the greatly compassionate one, and his retinue come to the space in front. White nectar flows from the parts of their holy bodies, washing all the outside, inside, and middle of one's body, purifying all the diseases, evil spirits, negativities, and obscurations of one's three doors, along with their imprints without anything remaining. Then meditate on the divine pride of oneself as a Samaya being, a great compassion. Now you can pour yourself a drink if you like. Due to these merits, may I quickly become the great compassionate one, and place all my greater beings without exception in that very state. May all beings everywhere, plagued by sufferings of body and mind, obtain a notion of happiness and joy by virtue of my merits. May no living creature suffer or commit evil, ever fall ill. May no one be afraid or belittled with the mind down or depression. And the blind see forms, the deaf hear sounds. Those whose bodies are worn with toil be restored and find repose. May the naked find clothing, the hungry find food, the thirsty find water and delicious drinks. The poor find health, wealth, good power find joy. The forlorn find hope, constant happiness, and prosperity. May there be time in the rains and bountiful harvest. May all medicines be effective and wholesome bears bear fruit. May all who are sick and ill quickly be freed from their ailments. Whatever diseases there are in the world, may they never occur again. Frightened cease to be afraid, and those bound be freed. The powerless find power and think of benefiting each other. As long as space remains, as long as transmigratory beings remain, until then may I too remain to dispel the suffering of transmigratory beings. Due to all the past, present, and future merits collected by me and of the moonless Buddhas, and numberless sentient beings, which are completely empty, existing from their own side, may I completely empty, existing from my own side, achieve the state of full enlightenment, completely empty, existing from its own side, and all sentient beings will empty from their own side, that state as quickly as possible for myself alone. I'm completely empty, existing from my own side. It's too much for one cup. What do you have now? Oh, you okay? I fully dedicate all these virtues to be able to train, just like the hero Madushi knows reality as it is. I take the Manda butter as well. I fully dedicate all my virtue with getting you to praise as best by the victorious ones done on 3 times without them to have good conduct. Jigden Gandhi Bende Maluban Gale Jungwen Zambel Yino Kandrin Zulme Denzen Yadzola Zomadebzum Uzelonum Dozol Janjin Dangun Gelway Benzin Gyombelway Gumzodo Borden Dozongu Wele Amondodrum Madan Zudu De Gondu Jabdendrum. All appearances, sounds, and the one who is knowing, being the deity, the mantra, the Dharmakaya, manifest the limitless actions of the holy bodies and transcendental wisdom. My mind become one taste in the drop of the holy mind. inseparable from the practice of the great grand sacred yoga. Okay, well, good morning, everybody. You made it through the first Nyung Nä. So now, as I mentioned, you can drink as much as you like for the rest of today. If you're finished with the Nyung Nä, if you only did the first one, actually you should have already departed from us, done your own practice. But if for some reason you didn't by mistake, that's okay. You just need to offer the tormas and request the deity to depart, and then do whatever dedication verses you like. And then you can eat as much as you like, although I'd suggest gradually reintroducing food, otherwise you might get a little uncomfortable. For those of you who are did the first Nyung Nä and are again doing the second Nyung Nä with us, now you are allowed to have a very weak porridge or any kind of similar food that's something very light for breakfast. As I said before, if you want to add a little raisin, it's okay, but don't add a lot of extra special things. But then at lunch, of course, you can have whatever you like for lunch. And if there's any of you who are joining us this is your first Nyung Nä, then you can't have any kind of breakfast. You can only have lunch today. But of course, if any of you didn't take the vows and are just joining us off and on, of course, you can eat whatever you like. A couple other things I wanted to mention, and then also, if you have any questions now, if there's anything important, you can ask it now. Otherwise, we'll have hopefully a little bit of a longer time for questions at the mid-morning session. But if there's anything pressing, you can tell me now. But I also wanted to mention a couple of things that came to mind. One is I noticed, because I forgot to mention this myself, so our altar was a little incorrect, and some of you may have noticed, or I hope you didn't copy this, but if you have vases, the victory vase and the action vase, they should be 2/3 filled with water, not fully filled. The reason being that the 2/3 that are full symbolize the two form bodies of the Buddha. The empty 1/3 symbolizes the wisdom body of the Buddha, the Buddha's mind. And then one other thing, some of you might know, there's a tradition that Lama Zopa Rinpoche has encouraged, which is that during the fasting day when you can't drink, you also aren't supposed to swallow your saliva. Some people follow that. I actually don't follow that personally, mainly because especially if I'm leading the Nyung Nä, if I can't swallow any saliva, I'll get very hoarse. So that's sort of an optional thing. But if you want to be very, very strict, then you would keep a cup with you and spit into it rather than swallowing. Again, that's not necessary, but if you want to do that, you can. And Lama Zopa Rinpoche does do that himself. Okay, so that's all for now. Is there any questions that have come up? Actually, you should shower. I mentioned that before. Because of the action tantra, it's important to keep clean. Because there's no restriction in terms of the vow. You don't swallow water, but taking a shower is fine. Also, you should keep brushing your teeth and keep your teeth clean, your mouth clean. Just spit out all the water afterwards. Okay, if that's all, then as I say, if there's any important questions, then at the afternoon or the noon session, we'll have a little more time. So if you need to ask, you can ask then. So see you at 8:30 Indian time.